No? Okay, cool.
Dr.
Yes. Your phone is messed up.
Aliana, we're having a hard time hearing. You're really breaking up. Can you submit your question via chat if your sound system is not cooperating with you?
Can you repeat your question, because you were staticky at first? I couldn't hear you. Or just type it in the chat box. I think you're on your cell phone and that's what the issue is. Okay, so we'll wait on that question. Does anyone else have a question at this time? Oh, okay. So the question was, can you share? Where is the chat box at? Christina, do you see the chat box?
Bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay. I can't find it. What does the question say?
It says, can you share more about opportunities identified?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely. So when you just think about the direction of your business and just different aspects that may have changed in your particular market, or if there is more opportunities for business based on the strengths that your organization has. That's what you're looking at. Or if you were to work on those weaknesses in your organization. So let's say, for example, well, right now we're talking about marketing strategy. Let's say, for example, one of the weaknesses of your business is your lack of marketing, okay? Or lack of branding for your organization. And you are now taking this time to work on that, and maybe want to develop more of a presence online, or within a certain network, whatever it may be. What opportunities do you foresee coming from that? All right. So now it becomes a strength for you. What can this strength now do for your business? Does that make sense? All right, perfect. Are there any other questions? Okay, we're going to keep it moving. So with all of this, the marketing strategy essentially informs the marketing plan. So this here is a combination of your market analysis, where you actually take a deep look into the actual industry that you're in and understand different components of it and where you stand in that industry, your marketing strategy, and then also your sales plan, which we will discuss at a later point. So you want to really take the time to do the right marketing research. All right, so there's a lot of great business resources online. You can, number one, a lot of people don't realize this, so I'm gonna start with this. So number one, if you're looking to conduct market research, the Chicago Public Library System has a really great business sector on the 4th floor of the Harold Washington Library downtown. So you can essentially find out a lot of different information about various business industries. You can also access many of those databases on the Chicago Public Library website. So aside from that, there's a lot of different trade information that's out there. The census offers a lot of information in regards to information about business and your market. And then also you can go to Google Scholar and find out more information, more credible information in regards to your particular market as well. So there's a lot of different resources out there. Make sure you find credible information. And if you need information, finding out where to find exact information about your industry, please let me know, and I will point you in the right direction. So anyway, with that, you want to tailor your messaging to a certain market, all right? Whether it's a certain demographic or geographic area, you really want to evaluate who your customer is, which is where we're getting to, so that you can target your message towards that particular group. You want to select which platform is best for reaching that particular market. So oftentimes we do, as business owners, a mix of traditional and online marketing efforts. The one thing I want to make sure that I express right now, please, please, please make sure that they're aligned with each other. So the same message that you're putting out in person, whether it's your business cards, flyers, et cetera, should match whatever it is you're doing online, websites, social media, blogs, whatever have you. Don't become so attached to something that you did in the past that you lose sight of moving forward. And so that's where a lot of people will have this old information on the website because they paid $5,000 for it 10 years ago and it's still looking exactly the same. And they're out at a networking event and like, well, we used to do this and that, but we no longer offer that. Okay, everything should be aligned. So also, you want to make sure that you measure and track what it is that you're doing to make sure that your marketing efforts are actually giving you the results that you're looking for. So within your planning, all right, your goal is to create and maintain a fit between your organization's objectives and the resources that's evolving your market. And so this here is your market opportunities. And so your ultimate goal here, of course, is to think strategically about your business and think about the long-term profitability and growth of your organization. So with that, this here is just a visual of your strategic alignment. So as I already stated, you definitely want to have all of your traditional and digital efforts aligned. I want you to start with making sure that your mission statement reflects the current direction of your business. So if you have it written anywhere, you want to take a look at it, make sure that it's up to date, right? And it reflects what your business is currently doing now and what you are looking to do in the future, all right? So we just discussed the SWOT analysis. I want you to really take a deep look at your SWOT analysis. Again, be open and honest with yourself. And what I'm going to offer you all is a one-on-one session with me if you want to discuss more of any of these different aspects. But when you attend the one-on-one, I'm going to start off with asking you about your SWOT analysis so we can get an understanding of what you need to work on. All right. Next is your objectives. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Then the actual market strategy, and then, of course, the implementation. So this is your strategic alignment necessary. So this marketing objectives and goals. A small business must at all times be aware of developing certain key marketing objectives. So, right now, again, this is the first of the year. We're thinking strategically about our business for the next 12 months. We need to outline those key marketing objectives. And so, this here will then be aligned with the marketing efforts that we're looking to put forward. This is vital to the growth and success of the business. Now, oftentimes you'll hear people using market objectives and marketing goals interchangeable, but the goal is the achievable outcome that is typically broad and long term. The company will use this as their long-term goal for the year. So let's say, for example, your goal for 2022 is to increase your revenues by 40%. Wow, that's a great goal, right? Let's not be that drastic. We're going to go with 15%. And so the objective would be those specific measurable actions that you are going to take to achieve that overall goal. So basically, your goal is the direction, the objective is how you are going to follow that actual direction and getting things done. Okay. So with that, you're going to use the SMART method. The SMART method is making sure that your marketing efforts, your objectives and goals are specific, which are the objectives identified by you. They should be precise and exact enough so you know exactly what you're looking to achieve. It should be measurable. I just noticed that my letters are out of line. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Measurable, you can actually count what needs to be done within the objective, whatever way you're going to measure that success, if it's a percentage or some other way, so you can actually measure the success that you desire. Achievable, which is actually achieving that particular goal, it being something that is not beyond your business reach. If it's realistic for your business, all right, and you want to make sure it's time stamped, time specific to what it is you're looking to do. So as you think about these 2022 goals, you want to put a time stamp on each one on when you will achieve them. So again, if you're looking to increase your brand awareness, all right, and you want to increase it by 10%, you've outlined what tactics or what approaches, your action plan that you're going to use. Then by when are you looking to do this? Is it by December 2022? Is it by June 2022? So you want to make sure it's time specific. Okay. So my next set of questions here I want to ask you all. What is your planned approach for reaching the marketplace that you're in? What are your organizational goals? And what steps are needed in achieving the outlined goals? So I want you to just think about that for a minute. And again, jot these notes down, because when we have our sessions, one-on-one time together, these are the questions that I'm going to ask you in further developing your strategic plan. So are there any questions at this time? I know I saw the chat box pop up, but with the screen that I'm on, I can't see how to keep it up.
Michelle asked, will the slides be available?
Yes.
And that was the only question.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, so everyone got these questions? All righty, perfect. I'm gonna keep it moving. Oh, okay, I can put that. Sorry. So every business should have a distinct mission, all right? You know exactly what direction you're going in and a specific target market. So a business needs to essentially target um, a market that they are positioning themselves to capture. And so this here allows you to know a little bit more about your customers. So with that, wow, all of a sudden this is happening. You want to identify a target market. So the first most critical stage of any marketing strategy plan is understanding who your customers are. We like to think that everybody out there is our customers, right? We can service the entire world, but we know that that's a bit unrealistic. There is no way we can properly serve everyone. Instead, we want to think a little bit more about cost efficiencies and profitability when creating our market segments, and think about the 2 or 3 different markets that we can actually serve. So the target market is the segment of consumers most likely to buy your products. So market segmentation, which will be what we're going to discuss now, attempts to isolate different traits of certain groups of people from this overall market. And with that, you have to understand certain characteristics about your customers. And it allows you to pinpoint the buying behavior and also, sorry, okay, pinpoint the buying behavior of that targeted segment. All right, now I'm moving on. So anyway, this segmentation is based on similar characteristics as it relates to your business. Again, it allows you to analyze your customers so that when you're creating different messages or you're doing different marketing tactics, it's speaking directly to that particular group. All right. So segmentation, again, is the process of dividing the larger market of customers into smaller subgroups where everyone in that subgroup has similarities. And there may be key variables that you will take the time to identify. So with market segmentation, it is data driven. You are going to collect objective information about your market, and then you're going to take the time to recognize differences and similarities within those particular segments of customers that you have. All right. What? Is there a question? Oh, okay. So anyway, with that, there may be different points of data points that you want to collect from your customers. Maybe demographics, age, gender, geographic, location, suburbs, zip codes, if it's urban or rural, the market type, if it's health, consulting, whatever the market type, if you're noticing that it's specific towards one market, lifestyle or phases in life, product usage, operational characteristics, and then perception as well. And so you want to just really look at those different segments so that you are able to identify more about your customers.
Dr. Rondo, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
So is that a perfect opportunity to differentiate your packaging? So like if you service, let's say non-for-profit organizations and small businesses, would that be understanding where they are, like you said, within different phases, and then customizing what it is you can offer according to where they are in their business as well?
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. That's where all of this is going. Yes.
Okay.
So the more information that you understand about your customer or your targeted customer, the more insight that you gain, you can then package your products directly to them. So that's
Okay.
where this slide I have up is like kind of a visual. So let's say you just know that you are servicing women, okay? You may have a boutique or something, right? Oh, okay, who's your customer? Women. All right, can I get a little bit more information? Well, I noticed that a lot of my customers are moms. They're between the ages of 25 to 34. They're in the household income of 70,000 plus. Okay, gaining a little bit more information about this person. They're a woman. Their kids are normally between 5 months and 9 months. They spend $1,500 plus online. They live within a certain, they live within 1,000 plus miles of their parents and in-laws. So they may live in an area where they don't have a lot of family, and they live within 3 miles of where you stand, okay, where your business is. So in gaining all of this insight about this particular customer segment, there may be a little bit more that you can offer in there. Let's say, again, with the boutique, maybe you then have matching mommy kid outfits like some people are into, or whatever it is that now allows you to package your product directly to that particular consumer market that you want to reach.
And then that would lead to content strategy as well.
Yes, 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 exactly.
I love this. Thank you. I'm muted now.
Oh, right. You right there with me. That's awesome. Awesome. So with this, of course, you have to define your market. You need to know exactly what market you are going after. And then after this defined market, you want to segment the market. And so I want you to really think about your customers. And I want you to think about your top 2 to 3 market segments. Okay. And once you have identified those top 2 to 3 market segments, this is then where you take the time to understand more information about that particular segment. All right. And so a lot of times, small business owners state, how can I find out more information about my customer base? It's nothing wrong with asking. There's a lot of different tools out here where you can survey your customers. Also, if you have a great rapport with your customer base, maybe call them up, do a check-in, beginning of the year check-in, just find out more information, find out what else you could do to gain more business from them, different things of that sort. And so again, taking the time to really understand this target market will allow you to package things more appropriately versus using generic tactics. So that leads us to developing a customer profile. So now that You have defined the market, and you now want to get to know the market. You are to develop this customer profile. So this here is the deeper dive into the actual segment, and you gain more of an understanding of their buying process. All right. So you want to look at pain points that particular customer may have, specific needs, the goals of that particular customer, any barriers they have, or sources of information where they get information from for certain purchases that they make. And here is just a visual of that customer profile. And so, again, being able to specifically design this, you can name it, put a little picture there, state if the person is the user or the decision maker. An example of that, let's say that you source to another company, B2B, and that particular B2B company then passes through that particular product to someone else as the actual user of it. So then that means that in that B2B sector, the decision maker is your actual customer. They're not necessarily the user. You can have where your customer is the user and the decision maker. That happens often, but you just want to identify really who that person is, and this allows you to reach them a little bit better. So again, you're going to look at the identity, who this person is, think about their gender, education level, their background, different things, industries, etc. Why? All right. This is what their wants, hopes, dreams, fears that compel your customer to act. Their biggest pain point. All right. This is the different challenges that they may face every single day, and a day in the life of that particular customer, what daily routines they have, what type of processes they work through, where they get information, where they hang out, all of those different dynamics. So the more you learn about your customer, the more strategic you can be in reaching them. So our next set of questions here. Who are your customers? How would you describe your customer in detail? Why do they do business with you? All right. And when you answer this question, why do they do business with you? Pricing is not a reason. Okay. So if you're like, oh, we have the lowest price or we have great customer service, I want you to dig deeper than that and really think about why they do business with you and what solutions do you offer to your customers. So again, thinking about that pain point. All right. How do you solve that problem that the customer has? Okay. Any questions? No questions? All right. Perfect. So after you have taken the time to define your target markets, it's going to lead more to being strategic, all right? There's a marketing strategy. So this here is the activities of selecting and describing one or more target markets and developing and maintaining a marketing mix that will produce mutually satisfying exchanges with the target market. So now this here, going back to Aziza and her statement, your packaging. Now that you have an understanding of your target market, you can then think about the best way to package the things that you're offering within the market mix. So the market mix which is often called the 4Ps, is a unique blend of your product, your place where you distribute your product, promotion, and pricing strategies. So this here is the basic elements of the marketing strategy. So part of it consists of your target market and understanding them. And then the other part is the 4Ps. So after you select your target market for your marketing strategies, you want to build everything around the 4Ps. So just briefly going over the 4Ps, your first P is the product, all right? This is your good, service, idea, whatever it is that you are selling, okay? What your consumers are basically purchasing from you. Your product strategy should also look a little bit more at customer service, your packaging, brand names, trademarks, any of those different things. So if you think about like Starbucks, for example, they really believe in this whole dynamic of customer service, right? So we're going to train people to be baristas and have a specialty in coffee. And so this here allows them to offer more value than just a cup of coffee. At least that's the way they have packaged their product. Next is the promotion. Promotion is basically how you're going to communicate your product to your buyers. So you want to think about the way that you're going to get the word out. If you're informing about your product, educating, persuading, which is a part of sales, or even reminding. When we think about our customer base and connecting with them, I hope that you all have some sort of customer relationship management system where you are tracking your communication and dealings with those particular customers. And then, hey, sometimes it's okay to send a reminder to that particular customer and reach out and connect. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is there anything we can do for you at this time, et cetera, et cetera? All right. And so this here includes the integration of advertisement, PR, your sales promotion, and of course, personal selling. Next is price. Price is the method of setting profitable and justifiable prices. So again, you want to really think about your pricing strategy. So once you have really defined your target market and understand that particular market, factoring in your pricing is very important because that is part of the way you have positioned your company. So you think about Starbucks, using that example again, there's a big difference between the $5 cup of coffee at Starbucks and the dollar coffee at McDonald's. You know, taste and preference is one thing, yes, but Starbucks have positioned themselves as being more of a specialty premium coffee, so they're able to justify their costs. Next, place. Place, you think about the distribution. And so with everything that's going on now within the supply chain, you really want to think a lot about any supply chain issue that may have an effect on what you do for your customers. And a lot of times people assume that supply chain management is all about if you have a tangible product, but it also relates to those with intangible products as well. So you really, again, want to think about this whole dynamic of place, all right? And those hiccups that may affect you servicing your customers in the best manner that you can. So all of this basically involves research. So you want to really think about your customers and gather information about what it is that is necessary. So marketing research is the process of collecting and using information for marketing and, of course, decision-making purposes. And this information would allow you to identify opportunities, monitor, and of course, predict customer behavior and evaluate and improve the marketing mix. So with this, I want you to think about these questions as well. Who is your market? I want you to know your market, your past market, your present market, and also your future market. All right. Start with your audience and not your product. Okay. Next question. What is your strategy? Describe the product or service being marketed. All strategies will start with your clear goals and objectives. So I already stated when we have our one-on-one, we're going to start with that. All right. And you want to think about how you're going to track and measure this as well. What is your value proposition? Okay. How can you develop a compelling value proposition? And what's really great is once you develop your value proposition, you're able to summarize it and create a compelling elevator pitch or story for your organization. So that's great. And does your story sell? Good stories bring strong value propositions to life. Now, in the corner here, I have a book, Sell with a Story. It's by Paul Smith. This is an awesome book. And I always tell my students to read this book if they want to really learn more about selling with a story and developing that strong value proposition. So go ahead and take a look at it, read it, and let me know what you think. And are marketing and sales aligned? So you want to make sure that whatever you do with your marketing efforts flow into your sales, okay? So just in telling the difference here, marketing is essentially getting the word out. The sales is how you're going
Rhonda's. Rhonda,
Did we
Yeah.
lose Dr. Rhonda?
I think we did.
Hello.
I think here we go.
Yeah.
Dr. Rhonda, I'm getting a little message saying due to low bandwidth, video is not currently available.
Okay. So cut my video off.
Maybe that'll be helpful, yes.
Okay. How about now?
I think it's
Is that
better. We can hear you.
Okay. Sorry about that. So again, just sure your marketing and sales are aligned. And the last question, how do you measure success? Okay, so you want to think about those key marketing metrics, all right, and find a way to really quantify your success in the marketing efforts that you are taking. So with that, all being said, are there any questions? No questions? All right, perfect. So I know I gave you all a lot of information to think about when it comes to this marketing strategy. And there are other areas that may not be clear when you think about developing the value proposition or the competitive advantage or the sales strategy. So I plan to have follow-ups to those particular areas for more insight. But what this here is our starting point. So what I am offering you all after this session is some one-on-one time, which will be Friday of this week. What's the date? Friday, January 7th. And so I have the whole day set aside for you all. And what I want you to do is send me an email and we can set up an appointment for you to have a 30-minute one-on-one so we can discuss in more detail your actual market strategy so that you're set up and you're on the right path. So you can either, again, send me an email, that number there, you can leave me a voice message and or a text message. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns?
Dr. Henderson, I just want to add to everyone. First of all, thank you for agreeing to doing this and working with Christina to get this wonderful presentation on. What always strikes me is the need to know your market, who you're selling, who's buying what you're selling, and how to present yourself to create a better relationship with those that are purchasing what you're selling. So your presentation today hit the mark on everything that our vendors need to know to present a better package when approaching opportunities. So thank you for your expertise and your time with us. But more importantly, what I want to let our attendees today know is this opportunity to consult with Dr. Henderson is included in our program. And I cannot stress enough the importance of taking advantage of this. This is not something that I've seen anyone else do when presenting these webinars. We are providing you with one-on-one consultations with Dr. Henderson, and we greatly encourage you to take advantage of them, as this is not something that is very common. So as Dr. Henderson stated, she's set aside some time for all of you, or for whoever wants to take advantage of this, please do so. As you can see, Dr. Henderson has some vast experience in marketing, and what better than to tap into our subject matter experts to take advantage of their knowledge. Christina, do you have any questions or?
Nothing in particular. Thank you all again for being here and being engaged. That's always great. We appreciate everybody stayed the duration, so we know it was very content rich. So thank you, Dr. Henderson, for just sharing this information with everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. And we're looking to have more content from Dr. Henderson. So stay connected with us. Irma shared a link. If you scroll up a bit, and I'll just reshare it again. If you all can do that and just give us some feedback. And I said earlier, if there's particular information that you all are looking for, we, share that with us, because we have the resources to bring them in. And everybody has the same structure and giving you the one-on-one. That's a structure that we're looking to have with all of the speakers. So just that opportunity is great especially if you need it. So that's all I have to say.
So
Can you clarify your email?
sure. Do you want me to just type it in the chat real quick?
Yes.
Okay. So it's rhenderson@luckfin.com. I should really get one of those little scheduling things, but I don't have one right now. So we're going to do it the old school way. So yeah, so just shoot me an email and I can set you up.
As Christina stated, the intake form that we shared with everyone is important to us as it, number one, registers you as an interested vendor, but more importantly, keeps you in the loop of upcoming opportunities such as today's. So if you're not part of a database with the Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council, we wouldn't have any other way to reach out to you and invite you to events such as this one. And as Christina stated, it's very important for us to know of anything that you're lacking that you'd like for us to cover. If there's any subject that is of importance to you, by all means, please let us know and we'll do our best to either bring the presentation to a number of you, or if it's something that you would need individually, we would find a way to connect you with the right person. Oh, thank you. I'm not taking credit for this one. Christina did this all on her own. She's done some incredible.
Irma, you're part of the team.
Thank you, Rhonda. But I give credit to Christina because she identified you, she brought you on board, and because of her, you are here with us today. So we do work as a team, and only that, only in that manner will we have any success. So I always like to give credit where it's due, and I'm very thankful to have Christina on my team. So I'd like to thank everyone for taking your time. We have much respect for our small business owners. We all know how hard you work to maintain success, to obtain growth. But more importantly, what I want to push for our business owners is sustenance, to sustain yourself. So there's a lot of resources out there to take advantage of now, but we want to make sure that you're in a place where you will continue thriving long after these resources are made available. So what Dr. Henderson provided today is very important, as marketing your business is probably one of the top priorities you should have. So again, thank you everyone for taking the time, for supporting our program, but only through us helping you can we continue justifying our existence. So please continue to reach out to us. Like I said, we'd be happy to provide you with as much assistance as we can. If we don't have the assistance within our reach, we will work hard to identify someone that can help you.
All right, perfect.
Any parting words, Dr. Henderson?
No parting words. I just want you all to really take the time to develop this marketing strategy. It's very important. There's a lot of opportunity out there right now for minority-owned, women-owned businesses, and we might as well jump right in and get our piece of the pie. So with that, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.